This is Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, a podcast and radio program presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan.
Driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
And now, here he is, your host, Jim Ervin.
Baby, I'm home.
Well, hey, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much, Parker. I'm your host, Jim Ervin, and this is Time Signatures. April is underway here in the Great Lakes State, and spring is creeping in. And you all know what that means. We are just weeks away from the Summer Blues Festival season. Fortunately, someone has found a way to get some real-deal Chicago blues into our state early, and our guest today is here to talk about it with us. The Killer Blues Headstone Project, headed up by founder Stephen Salter, is putting on another amazing fundraiser for this completely worthwhile nonprofit and is slated for Saturday, April 18th in Muskegon. Scheduled to appear is a local musician by the name of Christopher Dragone, Asamu Johnson and the Associates of the Blues, and headlined by Chicago's bad girl of the blues, Demetria Taylor. But Demetria is bringing one of the premier blues bands with her, and here to talk about that is frontman of said badass blues band, a man I claim to be my friend and a fellow blues brother, Mr. Mike Wheeler of the Mike Wheeler Blues Band. Welcome back, man. Glad to have you here on Time Signatures. How you been?
Man, I've been good, J. Irv. Thanks for having me, man.
I see you survived the winter months, eh?
I did, man, and it's a blessing. I'm still around, still didn't freeze to death, and ready for the summer.
Now, Mike, I'm not sure how much you know about the Killer Blues Headstone Project, but Stephen Salter is not only the founder of this organization, he's also one of my good friends, and I am always ready to help promote something that he's doing. So for those who do not know what Killer Blues is all about, let me give you a little background. Some 16 years ago, Stephen Salter discovered that some of the bluesmen that he loved and revered were resting in unmarked graves. Now, that did not sit well with him, so he launched this amazing 501c3 and has since purchased and placed, get this, Mike, 178 headstones in 17 states. Now, how cool is that?
Man, that is awesome.
And you get to come and be a part of this fundraiser, too.
That is awesome, man. That's so cool, Steve, to do that, man. And it's obviously a labor of love, just... Man, I'm like, man, I lost the words, man. That's just so cool.
Yes, sir. Now, Mike, you know what we do here. We have to get a few stories from you before we talk about this incredible fundraiser. And it's just a couple of weeks out, too. So please refresh our viewers and listeners, if you would. Where did your start in music begin and at what age?
Well, I started listening to music, the blues music, man. I was like 5 years old. My mother used to play Muddy Waters, Albert King, B.B. King, Little Milton, Buddy Guy records and stuff, and that's what gave me the love of music. But I didn't start playing guitar till I was 13. And my brother, he had bought a guitar. He was trying to learn how to play it. He couldn't get it. He gave it to me, and I taught myself. So,
well, that's cool. So you didn't have to go out and buy a guitar for yourself, huh?
No, it was actually cool. It was one right there. He got tired of it. He gave it to me.
Oh, man. Now, I love that your website boasts, quote, one of the hardest working bands in Chicago, but you really are, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, we work, man. That's, we love our job, man. I mean, it's the best job in the world. I don't consider it work other than you got to be there at a certain time and leave at a certain time. But, man, I just feel myself is what I was born to do. So,
yes, sir.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Now, you've shared the stage with so many big names, including Coco Taylor, Buddy Guy, B.B. King, and so many others.
Mm-hmm.
What have those experiences meant to you as a developing artist through the years?
Well, mostly it taught me to stay humble, man. No matter how good you are and how great you think you are, it's always somebody that's better and greater, and just stay humble and treat people the way you want them to treat you and always be nice to the audience, That's man, the second time I met B.B. King, we were at Buddy Guy's Legend and we were playing, me and Larry, my bass player Larry, we were playing with Jimmy Johnson. the late great Jimmy Johnson, and
Man.
man, they said BB King and George Benson are coming, and we was like, cool. So man, when BB got that, man, he came on stage. He went to every individual on the stage and shook their hand, And I thought that was so cool of him, man. And I learned a lot from that man because he was the biggest that it was, but he didn't act that way. He was, just a regular guy.
And it's amazing to me the stories that I've heard about BB from so many people, including some of our own people right here in the Lansing area, is that was the way he was 24/7. If he went to a gig and he had 2,000 people that wanted to meet him, he'd sit there and meet every one of them.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
And that's not just legend, man. That's fact.
man. A lot of these big stars today, they can learn a lot from that. And that's how you
Amen,
should be
brother.
because you know, it- you know, even when you get big, you become a big artist. The people made you. So if they take their time out to spend their earned money and come see you, the least you can do is greet them. You
Yes,
know.
sir. I heard the other day, and I'm not going to name names. I will not do that. But I heard that there was a musician that talked to a promoter, and the promoter told him that he expected them to meet and greet afterwards, and he said that'll be another $5,000. I'd have torn up the contract and sent him packing down the road. I don't care who he is.
Yeah,
Period.
well,
Period. And that's a true
that's
story too, bud.
that's crazy. But hey, man, some people, some people can create their own downfall. That's
Yeah.
when you think like that, you on your way down.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. Now, I happen to know that you are indeed a very successful Chicago blues band in your own right. But
hmm
how did you come to work with Demetria? And is this just an occasional thing, or do you collaborate often?
Well, I met Demetria, from being on the blues scene, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Before I met her, I really didn't know who her father was. I didn't know anything about Eddie Taylor. But
Yes, sir.
then as the longer that I was in the blues field, I come to find out that he worked with Jimmy Reed. I knew Jimmy Reed, but I didn't know Eddie Taylor. I didn't know the
Okay.
story behind him that he was really the musical part of it. As far as the guitar playing and all that, and the lump and playing the Chicago blues lumps and stuff. And we kind of bonded on that. And Demetria, man, she's just awesome. And her latest album that she did with Delmar, me and Larry Williams, we wrote like half the song. So
Oh,
and then
wow.
she like my little sister now, man. And
That's
we
cool.
just we just have so much fun when we play with her.
Well, and I got to tell you, she seemed to really hold you in high regard too, you and your entire band, but especially you being like a big brother to her too. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, that's my
Now,
girl, man.
Mike, we have to talk for just a moment about your bandmates, man. I don't know all of them as well as I do your bass man, okay?
Okay.
Larry Williams is a man who quite literally is shot out of a cannon from the first note when he's on stage. He's flashy, he's got style, and frankly, I think he's one of the most prolific bass players I've ever seen. You've got Cleo Cole on drums, you got Jesse Lockridge on keys. Talk about these guys for a minute, would you please?
Yeah. Well, right now Cleo's not with the band. We have a different drummer that right now that's
Oh,
been with us since August. His name is JMO, younger guy. Because
okay.
we do a lot of gigs, man, and we
Yes, sir.
gotta just keep the energy going. Nothing against Cleo because Cleo was with us 20 something years. But it's
Yeah.
hard on them drummers to keep that pace. Keep going at that rate. So. But man, Cleo, man, he's still always a Mike Wheeler Band alumni, and he's in our heart. We love him. But yeah, we got this young guy J-Mo, and Jesse Lockridge on the keys. But as you said with Larry, man, Larry, it's nothing phony about Larry. Larry,
No.
that's just the way he is. He, what you see on stage is the way that's how he lives.
That's the only way I've ever seen him play, even on video from other gigs. I mean, he's always all over the place, man.
Bro, I've seen him sick where he could barely make it to the stage. And when he
Yeah.
get on the stage, he doing what he always do. Then when the show was over, he
Wow.
was back to walking like he was sick. I was like, bro, this
Wow.
dude here.
Yeah. Now, I want the people that are watching and listening, I want you to check out this list of where these guys play regularly, okay? Buddy Guys Legends, Kingston Mines, Blues Chicago, Rose's Lounge, the four premier blues hangouts in the Windy City. And these are not just once in a while gigs for you, are they?
No, we're there off pretty often. Mostly at mostly the Kingston Mines and Blues on Blue Chicago, and then we're at Roses like every other month, and Buddy Guys every other month. But like next month we're gonna be at Buddy Guys like 4 times. But it
Yeah.
varies. It varies, man. But the man I've been asked a lot of times which club in Chicago was my favorite. They all my favorite because they all treat us good, man. They treat us like family. So it's hard. It's like picking one of your kids. Which one of your kids you like the best? I love them all, man. 'Cause matter of fact, they treat all the musicians here well. So
Well, I think that's wonderful that you found good homes to play at and that they do treat you well. And as we said, these are the four premier joints in the place, man. If you're going to play blues, you want to play at one of those four places,
oh
definitely. And you're
yeah,
playing at all of them.
yeah.
So that really speaks highly of you, doesn't it?
Well, you know what? My commitment to doing this and bringing the
Yes, sir.
best that we can to the stage. That's what I tell my band all the time, man. We got to be professional, and you can't be up there looking like you don't want to be there. That's the worst thing a crowd can see, man. You looking like you want to be somewhere else. No, you got to. It don't matter what happened in your day to day. You got to find a way to just get through it and get these people a show.
You know, I got to tell you, if you get a chance, go do a search on Facebook from this past weekend. You guys were at the Kingston Mines, if I'm not mistaken. I saw a video of you and Larry
Yeah.
playing and jamming and singing together. And I mean, that's just the way these guys are. So if you're in Michigan, if you want to come to Michigan, if you want to be a part of this fundraiser, let me tell you about it one more time. Saturday, April 18th, it's going to be at Fricano's in Muskegon, Michigan. Doors at 6 o'clock. Tickets are only $25 in advance, but they're going to 30 at the door if and only if there are tickets available. I should mention that at the last fundraiser, Stephen and his people had to turn away several people who showed up and did not buy tickets because the place was packed out. So trust me when I tell you it can happen. It's going to be a great evening of entertainment. You can count on that. They're going to have all kinds of great things available. From what I understand, things for sale. And of course, you'll be able to get to see some amazing Chicago blues as well as some local guys as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, you and your band are backing Demetria Taylor for this event, but I have to ask you, Mike, are there any surprises for this event or any surprises you're allowed to talk about, I should say?
Um, I don't think there's any surprises, but I mean,
Okay.
you can expect a great show because
Okay.
we're gonna do our best. And man, Demetria, man, she just got that energy. So but her with the coop with us, I mean, together with us, it's gonna be a good time.
Well, Demetria told me, and she wouldn't say any more, and I didn't know if you knew anything or if you'd say anything, but she told me she had a surprise for me, so I'm excited to find out what that is.
She might
But
surprise me too. So
well, the bottom line is we're going to have a great time. And if you're not there on the 18th, you're not going to have a good time. So go buy your tickets and very simply go to killerblues.net. We'll make sure to put a link in the description area of this podcast episode. Killerblues.net. Go today and get your tickets. You will not be sorry. And if for no other reason to go and pay homage and thank Stephen Salter for the work that he has done. Keep this in the back of your mind. 178 headstones placed in 17 years.
wow.
It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. And he's got a list of more that need to be placed. So the only way that they're going to get placed is with your help and my help. And that's what we're all getting together to do. So, Mike, I appreciate your time today, but do me a favor here. Where can we send folks to learn more about you and your band, maybe buy some CDs or merch, or to book you for a gig?
Well, they can go to www.mikewheelerband.com, and
Hmm.
that's all our info, bios, photos, and dates, places appearing at are on there. And to purchase music, you can just go to delmarkrecords.com because
There you
all our
go.
stuff is on there. And we should be having something coming out real soon too. And a new now that's a surprise. We got a new record coming
Breaking
out
news, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
pretty soon. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, listen, when you get the digital version ready and you're able to allow me to preview it, make sure Kevin, you work with Kevin on this, I assume?
Yes. Huh.
Make sure Kevin gets me a digital copy. Let me preview it. I'll get you in here to talk about it. And then what we'll do is we will air that promotional episode the week that your album comes out. We'll do it because usually I think you guys come out on Fridays. So we'll do it like on a Monday.
Okay.
And that'll help promote and get some more advanced sales. How's that sound?
Man, JR, that sounds cool, man.
Well, you know what? You've been here. This is your second time. Anytime you have news, you know you can reach out to me and we will get you on. How's that?
I appreciate that, brother.
All right. Well, Mike Wheeler, my friend, I appreciate your time today. We are looking forward to seeing you and your band and Demetria on April the 18th. It's going to be a wang dang doodle, as Coco once said. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All
Hey,
right.
and
Stand by.
everybody in Michigan, we looking forward to seeing y'all at the show, man. We looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to it.
All right, hang tight for just a minute here. I'm going to wrap this up. As this episode comes to a close, I want to tell you about the Killer Blues Headstone Project. Geez, we were just talking about this, weren't we? Steven Salter started Killer Blues in 2008 with the goal of making sure that no blues musician lay in an unmarked grave. To date, Killer Blues Headstone Project has purchased and placed, you heard it, 178 headstones in 17 states, but there's a lot more work to do. In fact, Stephen already has a list of several more headstones in need of funding and placement, and he needs your help to do so. So whether it's $5, $50, $500 or more, every dollar raised goes to this worthwhile project. So do me a favor. Please consider making a tax-deductible donation today at killerblues.net and look for the donation link at the bottom of the page. And as always, thank you so much for your consideration. And that wraps up this edition of Time Signatures with Jim Ervin. Once again, my thanks to Mike Wheeler, but also to you, for without you, none of this would be possible. Jim Ervin reminding you, keeping the blues alive is everyone's responsibility, but preserving the history of the blues one story at a time, that's my mission. Until next time, so long, everybody.
This has been Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan. For more information on cabs, visit capitalareablues.org. You can find this episode and past episodes at lccconnect.org. The Time Signatures theme song, Michigan Roads, is used by permission and was written by Root Doctor, featuring Freddie Cunningham.
You know I'm trying, baby, driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
Until next time, keep on keeping the blues alive.